Good morning, my friends. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's really early. It's 6:30 in the morning and it's Saturday. I'm going off to work because we're still exhibiting at the fair. So I need to get ready for work, basically. Hope you're all having a lovely weekend. I will be starting off by using my Victoria Beckham Augustina Espada foundation. Same procedures as yesterday. Because this one lasts quite a long time and is really good, and I like it. So that's what I'm using. I'm in the color Fairlight number 2. This is an old, I have no idea where this brush is from. It's probably Sephora, I would guess. This is from an old travel kit, so it has a slightly shorter handle. It's a rather gloomy day outside today, but I think it's going to be a sunny day later on. We have been blessed with very nice weather now for a few days, and it's actually getting really warm, so it's starting to feel a bit like spring. Last week we had -10. Yesterday I think we had +10 or +12, something like that. So it is starting to warm up, but every spring it's the same thing. We're starting to get like spring feelings, and the sun is coming out and everything is starting to crawl out of the dungeons. But then there's always a backlash. There's normally around 3 or 4 backlashes. Last year when we exhibited at the fair, it's usually around the same time. We had stunning weather, beautiful, really warm, really nice. We were sitting outside, and the year before I got snowed in. We had like a proper good amount of snow. So you never know. March and April are tricky. My son's birthday is next week, and we have been snowed in on several occasions on his birthday. We've had plans to go to restaurants and things like that, but we haven't been able to because we just completely snowed in. So we'll see. We might be getting snowed in again, even though it's nice and warm now. Using the Dior Glow Maximizer highlighter, and this is in the shade Gold, I think it's number 2 Gold, and it's written by teeny tiny people. I can't see a color name. Yeah, it says Gold on the back, so this is just the shade Gold. I am still on trying all my Natasha Denona list. Today we have come to the mini gold, and I'm so sorry to say, but this one you will not be able to find. This one has been discontinued, and I love that one, of course. I also have the large gold palette, and I have the Golden palette, which are her other 2 gold palettes. I must say that the original gold is my absolute favorite, and it's not the same colors in this one. There are a few repeats, but if I remember correctly, I didn't take it out, I'm sorry. I think these 2 are actually new, and I think these 3 already exist in the shade range of the gold palette. I also have the mini gold, so I actually have 4. So this little guy, or baby gold, this one is called. So you have the mini gold and you have the baby gold, which are 2 quite different color stories. This one is much more warm leaning, and it's fair to say I hardly ever use this one. I use these 2, but this golden shade here, super tricky for me to wear. So I am going to focus on wearing this one today. There we go. I have mixed out the little highlighter. I am going to add on some liquid blush. I'm using the Say liquid blush, and this one I can't remember the name of. It's called Lady. So this is the Lady blush. I think this one is actually, I have two liquid blushes. I have Lady and I had the one that I used yesterday, Rosy. I love them both, but I think this one is actually my favorite because this one is a little bit more neutral. So I prefer this one. But the Rosy one is very nice, and I'm sure I will use that a lot more in the springtime. Sorry about the mirror again. There we go. I am going to pull up my hair later on because my bangs are doing this. Love it. Using my primer potion by Urban Decay. Same old, same old. Oh, and the tube looks like this in case you haven't been here before. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Sia. I'm 47 years old and I'm a gemologist, which means I love and work with gems. So I'm a specialist in gemstones. So if you have any gemstone questions, feel free to ask. If I don't know them by heart, I will absolutely find out for you. I did have a brief discussion on, well, rather a rant on synthetic diamonds a few videos ago. So if you want me to talk about anything specific, leave it in the comments and I will absolutely bring it up. Because one thing I do know that I can speak a lot about, it's makeup and gemstones, because I love both equally. So today I'm going to start off using this one in my crease, and I am then going to do this one on the outer corners, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these two perhaps instead on the outer corners and these two on my lower lash line. We'll see. We'll see where it brings us. I think I want to use the green ones because I like those. I am definitely going to start with that one though. This is a nice brown because it has a slight green twist. It's it's a very interesting color. It's a bit murky, which of course I really like. You have seen me do the green murky looks before. It's a bit swampy. I really enjoy those. It is blending out fine. I've had this one for years and years. I know that there's a 12-month shelf life. I absolutely ignore that when it comes to eyeshadows. I've mentioned that in a previous video as well. I actually have an eyeshadow that my mum used in the 70s by Max Factor. Unfortunately, the box itself has just disintegrated. It literally fell apart because the plastic got so dry. But I kept the pans with the eyeshadow, and that one is absolutely stunning. It has a bronze shade that is just so beautiful. The pigmentation I will give you is not brilliant, but it's a stunning shade. So I still have that in one of my Z palettes, and I'm keeping that. I don't use it much though, I wouldn't say, because the pigmentation is tricky. You have to really work it up, but it's beautiful. And it feels really 70s, you know, when you have that sort of, I would say everything's slightly metallic, and they have like metallics all up to the eyebrows. think like Donna Summer, that kind of vibe. And the lighter shade in that palette is like I would say like a bone white, translucent with a slight gold sheen to it. It's absolutely stunning. So it's just 2 pans, but that one was really, really lovely. But unfortunately, like I said, the box just, I mean, it fell apart. I couldn't save it. It was one of those, you know, when you have like a lid that comes on top. First of all, the lid shattered, and then the sides where the pan that was holding the pans just, I mean, they died. So unfortunately, I don't have the box for that one. I still remember it was brown underneath and it was clear lid. Sort of like the Charlotte Tilbury 9 pans that she came out with, but you just remove the entire lid. But that one was really beautiful. And my mom doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She never has, which is so much fun because I've been loving makeup since I was a baby. But I used to play with her makeup. But she's one of those women who has, first of all, she's beautiful. So she doesn't need to wear a lot of makeup. She has quite dark skin. She has black curly hair. Well, not now anymore, but she used to. And she has flawless skin. Yeah, thanks, Mum. Why didn't I inherit that? She's absolutely gorgeous. And she has a little bit of freckles. So she's one of those who just put on some bronzer. She had a black brown Lancome Kajal, because that's the only color she would use, the same one since the 80s. And then she would wear red lipstick, which has now turned slightly more into orange kind of lipstick. And then she would wear a black and brown mascara. That's it. That's the only thing my mom ever wore. So I didn't have a lot of makeup to play with. But she did have a few eyeshadows that she wore on, I'm guessing, like when she was going to parties. I don't remember my mum going to many parties when I was younger. But when she did, I'm sure she had a few more. But the only one I remember is the one that I've kept. So she wasn't very, I mean, makeup was just, I need to wear a little bit of makeup to work, I guess. It's not like me. I used to have this banner on Facebook, you know, when you go into somebody's profile, you have like I don't know what it's called, a header. And I had mine that stated, it's not hoarding if it's makeup. So, yeah, that's kind of me. I'm going to go into the green ones because I think those are more fun. This shade is absolutely stunning. I love this shade. Oh no, I'm having a little bit of fallout situation here. I'm going to put on some concealer underneath. There's nothing you can't fix with concealer. But this green shade is rather dry and dusty, and it has a slight kick up in the pan. So it could be that it's expired, because I have had this for a good 3-4 years at least, if not more. I'm actually going to take some of the green and pull it up in my crease. Mix it up with the other one. This is just such a stunning shade. And whenever I wear this palette, I'm always so surprised on how much I love the look. because I was like, green, yeah. But then when I put it on, it's always like, oh wow, why don't I wear this more? So then we have a slightly greenish yellow, and we have this one. I absolutely adore this one. This one is a little bit more tricky, so I think I'm going to put this one on the lid, and then I'm going to try and use this one a little bit on my inner corner and underneath. I might have to go in again, I'm sorry, with one of the slightly more light leaning for the inner corner, and this is from the Glam palette, just to add a little bit more of light yellow. So that is the plan. So I'm going in with this one now. I'm sorry, I'm chatting away. It's now 15 minutes. I'm sorry, it's going to be a 30-minute video again. This one is stunning. And I'm blending it in a little bit on top of the green shade that I applied. It's so fun because when you look at it in the pan, it doesn't look like much at all. But then when you apply it on the eyes, it's intense, and it's very, very nice. It has like, I would say like an army green, but with a sort of lime shine to it. Absolutely love that one. It's gorgeous. And then I'm taking the middle shade. This one also has a slight flip to it. It has like this lime green, gold. Yeah. The center one actually reminds me a bit of my Pat McGrath. What's it called? It's in the Bronze Seduction palette, Mothership number 5. It has like a really intense lime, yellow, gold, green kind of thing going on. Well, this turned out dramatic. I am going in with the Glam, the lighter shade, just to lighten the inner corners a little bit. Thankfully, again, I'm wearing glasses, so it will look intense, but it's also going to look okay. I'm going back in with this shade to blend stuff out. I'm going to use some more on the lower lash line and mix in the darker and then some green. Sorry guys, I just need some coffee. Coffee. I'm going in with the darkest shade. Really need to find a mirror that I can have standing on my desk instead of holding it. There we go, and then I am going in with the little green one, I think. Just a little bit on the inner part of the lower lash line. It's a dramatic look. I wasn't expecting to do that, but it is. I'm going to put this one from the Glam palette on my brow bone as well. Just to make the look a little bit more cohesive. All right, there we go. I am going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to use my Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer. Charlotte Tilbury, please stop naming your stuff with 400 words in it. Airbrush Flawless Finish Blurring Concealer thingy. It just annoys me. Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer, Weightless Full Coverage. Oh, okay, it's the Airbrush Concealer. And I'm in 3 Fair. In this one. Which I thought was really funny because I'm normally always the color 2. So this one probably has some even lighter shades, which I appreciate. Well, of course, they can have like 0.5 and things like that. Let's see if I have a good brush. I'll use this one. This is an old Real Techniques brush. Now, of course, I'm going over my highlighter a bit. I forgot how much pigmentation you have on this concealer, so I went in with a little bit too much. I'm sorry, I'm blending it out. Because this one was a little bit more fair than my undertone. There we go, and then of course I need to reapply some highlighter. Just a little dot, because otherwise my golden highlighter will disappear. And I will add some blush on top as well, just to mix it in a bit more. This one is I'm looking rather rock and roll today. But that's fine. There we go, and then of course we add a little bit more of the Lady blush from Say. Just gonna do that there. 2 little dots, just to mix it up. I should obviously have done this a bit last after I've done my makeup on my eyes, but you live, you learn. I am going to clean up my nose piercing. It's looking rather grubby now, full of foundation. Sorry. I am then going to use my Kajal by Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is the jeweled liner. And this one is in sequin green. My only little pet peeve with these is that they place the name very close to the end. So when you start sharpening them, and you will go through these quickly. I was speaking to a friend yesterday. She's also exhibiting at the fair. That you run through these very, very quickly because they are so soft. And of course, the more you sharpen them, you can never see the name. So Victoria, if you're listening, please put the name up here. Thank you. It is rather hard to tell the difference sometimes, especially when you live in Sweden and it's dark for half a year, to tell the difference on the colors just by looking at the color band on it, especially when you have darker shades. And I'm placing this in my waterline. I know that you're technically not supposed to use the sequin liners in the waterline, but these old eyes have seen it all, done it all, and it's fine. Oh my god, my under eyes are really slippery. Must say that this foundation, this concealer is really hydrating. Putting my finger against my eye and it's like... There we go. I am gonna put some as a line above. It is almost the same color as my eyeshadow, so it's very faint, but I like it because it does have a dark green sparkle. I don't know if you can see that, but I can, and I like it. I absolutely adore this color. It's one of my most used jewel liners. I have this one and I have one called Rock Quartz, I think. Those are the two jewel liners that I use absolutely the most. Because this green, you can, if you do neutral look, you can easily pop on some of the green to just give it a little color. Then of course, going in with this one. And I need to add mascara, obviously. But I'm doing my brows first. Mixing it up. Wild and crazy. Changing the order of things. Civilian disobedience against myself. There we go. One eye down, the other to go. And we are praying to the person above that they might be situated in the same place today. Which they probably won't, but that's fine. They are sisters, not twins. Is this eye looking darker than the other one? It's hard to tell with all the lighting. If it does, I will probably see it. Oh no, my little light died, sorry. If one eye is darker than the other one, I will see it when I go into the bathroom and brush my teeth. So I will adjust it accordingly. I think this might be good. I'm hoping. What do you think? Does it look all right? I hope so. And then finally, mascara. Same old, Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme. Starting off with the lower lash line. like Charlotte Tilbury says. Come on, girls, rise. It's quite fun. When you apply your mascara, sometimes your lashes feel fine and they are the normal self. Sometimes they feel like they've just become shorter. And today, unfortunately, is one of those days. And you're like, where are you? I know that you are long. Please show up. Feels like all of them have suddenly shrunk 2 millimeters. And I'm not blaming mascara for that. It's just, it happens. And then the day after, they will be fine again. So I'm guessing it could have been that I've been sleeping on them, done something weird. So I think we are getting close to the end. Yeah, there we go. That is the finished look. I'm just gonna apply some of my Giorgio Armani lip gloss. And that's what I'm gonna use today. Thank you for joining me and hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.